Hello Capricorn, here's a reading for you for April 2017. As you can see, I've already laid out the cards because I was doing the reading in Polish. So I already know what's going on in your reading, and frankly speaking, when I do it for the second time, I sometimes see patterns I haven't recognized when I was doing the reading for the first time. Sometimes I see additional messages, and this is precisely what happened in your case. Okay, but let's start from the very beginning. At the bottom of the deck you have Page of Wands. Beautiful Page of Wands. And underneath Ace of Pentacles, which is a very promising card. So something is coming, or you're coming towards something with great fire, with great passion, to this new material, very solid beginning. I think that's what's driving you. And you have lots of this fiery but in a way childish energy. As you can see, there's a swirling sound at the feet of this person, of this child, a vortex of energy. This is how energetic Page of Wands is. Page of Wands is all about discovering the world, wanting to explore it, wanting to know new places, countries, destinations, states of mind, states of soul, generally experiencing the world with great passion, with great joy. And you're somewhat innocent and perhaps naive with that. You don't know how to cope with this fire yet, but you're learning. And you're learning a great deal because you have two other pages in your reading. A Page of Swords and a Page of Chalices. So you also learn about your emotions and about your thoughts or your thinking very precisely with this Page of Swords. This is someone very eager to learn and very capable of learning. Very clear, agile mind here at work. With joy, everything with joy. This book is levitates above the hand with the help of this elemental here. And here we have a very joyful Page of Chalices. A person who's discovering his or her emotions knee deep in the water, and water is always emotions. And she seems happy with what she found, right? So lots of innocent, perhaps a little childish, little naive, but very pure, beautiful energy, and everything very much earth-like in a way, because pages are always connected with earth, with being down to earth, with being close, because they are the smallest of the court cards, closest to what is material and real and palpable. And in the midst of this you have Knight of Swords. This is the card you had in the last reading for March, as far as I can remember, together with this wheel. So these energies are still present in your life. Knight of Swords can be an air sign person, so Aquarius, Gemini or Libra. But it can also be your energy, and this energy is very charging, brave, courageous, seeing no obstacles. This eagle is really looking like a bomber, like a plane just charging in the air towards the stars. So nothing can stop you here. And you are very fiery in this, because this night it is air, but it is also fire. So, and fire and air are very combustible. They can just explode, and explosion is a great amount of energy, but it can also hurt someone, and it can destroy something. So be careful with this very powerful explosive energy of yours this month. And it seems that all this brings you much joy, because you have 6 of chalices here. Again, very childish energy. Sometimes we say it's all about childhood. It's all about happy memories from childhood. But it is, again, being like a child, being able to enjoy simple pleasures, everyday activities, beauty of the world around you. You are able to see it, to recognize it, and to appreciate it, and be very much in it. There is something pure and innocent about being here and now. And I think you're experiencing it. What I didn't see when I was doing the reading in Polish is that this card is facing directly towards this scene, and you can see there are plants and butterflies. She's just blowing them towards this place, and this kid is able to see it, and he's very happy to have them. Look. So this is something that justice brings, which is very beautiful. This harmonious state, because 6s are very harmonious. And the justice is also all about harmony, about balance, about being between dark and light. So experiencing the whole, not only one side, the bright side, also the dark side, but being in between. She's not seeing it, but she's able to produce something and to send it to people who are able to recognize it and to appreciate it. And that's how you feel. Perhaps not all month, because I see other energies here, but you are able to enjoy everyday life, and you are able to see that it all comes from the concept of justice, of the justice being made to you, of the fact that you're reaping what you sow. You deserve it. You deserve to be happy emotionally, even if you're innocent, and even if you perhaps find it dangerous sometimes. Why am I talking about danger? I'm gonna show you. Because of this card and because of this card. I know I'm not doing it in a row, but it doesn't have to be like that. When I first saw these cards in my reading in Polish, I thought it was a sad ending to a reading, but now I don't see it this way. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think this is your fear. I think this is something you are very much attached to. For some reason, this card, 5 of Pentacles, in this deck, reminds me of the Devil. Perhaps because of those thin lines, and because there are two people here. I know these are women. In the Devil card we have a man and a woman, and we have this beautiful little bunny instead of the devil himself. So I see differences, but there is something similar in it. There is something about an illusion in this card. And in this card also, it's all about illusion here. But let's begin with Five of Pentacles. Of course, this is it's not a very positive card, right? It's a card about poverty, lack of something, being alone, being left out, being in misery, about the ruin. What is important here is that you're not alone. Perhaps you don't see it. Perhaps you don't see you're not alone. Perhaps you don't see the hand, helping hand, extending to you here. And this is the core of the misery here. The core, generally, of our misery is that we are not able to recognize gifts that we are given. Not unlike this child. Look. He is able to recognize it. And it seems to me that these cards are telling you, be open to recognize it. Be innocent like the child. Don't... It seems that something is binding you. Look at this card. Eight of Swords. Usually I'm talking about being trapped in a cage of our minds in this card, because it is a very common situation that we imagine we are in some situation, but please focus, but we don't really see what the situation is. We don't really recognize our position in the world. And I really love the card in this deck, because what it shows you very clearly is that you can be as free as these birds here. You're not bound to this tree forever. Now you're in danger. Look, the storm is coming and you're close to the tree, and if a thunder strikes, you can be dead in a second. So it's getting dangerous to stay with it. Sometimes the idea of sticking to something only because we tend to think that being consequent is something required of us is wrong. It's plain wrong idea. Consequence isn't a virtue in itself. Not if it's hurting you, not if it is dangerous to you. And here it is dangerous. You have to be free of this tree, because what I haven't told you yet, you have also Seven of Pentacles. Look, Seven of Pentacles always asks us to evaluate, to check our pros and cons, to see what happened to something we've invested in. So there is some investment you're very attached to, and now it's time to evaluate, and it seems this tree won't bear fruit anymore. It's barren. It's dead. And I know it can be painful. Yes, when you invested in something, when you invested your time, your resources, your energy into something, but something went wrong and this tree is dry and dead, why stick to it? I think you are asked to leave it here. To leave it. Because what you are afraid of is that when you cut it off, you're gonna be poor, alone, left out in the cold. I feel a sense of betrayal. you're gonna leave someone behind. You won't stand up to someone's expectations. Someone perhaps is expecting of you to stay strong, and no matter what, no matter how you feel, no matter how dangerous it is to you, someone expects you to stay. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. And don't be afraid of it, because it's only your projection of your fears. The truth is that perhaps if you don't cut yourself out of this tree, you're gonna be in this situation together with someone. And the good direction is to cut yourself off, right? Evaluate this situation. Look, this is a living tree. You know how it looks like. It has leaves, and squirrels live at the tree. Here, there's only escape. There's only dark skies. Don't stay here. Don't be trapped by this false feeling of consequence. No matter the price. I'm going to be consequent no matter the price. No, the price is very important here. There are prices worthy to pay, but there are prices that you should never pay. And here I feel this is the situation. You should never pay this price, because this is the result. So what this card really asks of you, that's why I feel it's very optimistic in this deck. You have the sword to cut yourself off. You can escape. You can save yourself from this situation. You have every tool to do it. And everything is in your mind. It depends on your mind. Will you be, in a way, brave enough to cut yourself off? Because perhaps it's not very much your energy. Perhaps this feeling of being bound to something and being so responsible for something, I can never leave it. No, don't do it. There are situations you have to leave to save yourself and really to save others. First, when I saw this, I thought there was something going on again with this wheel and this Knight of Swords, that again someone put a stick into the wheel. And it stops turning. That's what I thought when I first saw this. But now I see it differently. I see a great chance here, really, that you can overcome some bondage, some morbid connections, dangerous connection. You can overcome it with this beautiful, innocent energy you have here. This time you can overcome it. Just be true to yourself. And please don't be so stubborn about being consequent. It's not always the best thing to do, Capricorn. Believe me. What I found out with my kids is that being too consequent gives away. No, it's not the word. Being too consequent kills love. It kills love. And it kills love in these people we try to be consequent with. Have mercy. Be merciful, and most of all, have mercy for yourself. I know it's difficult for you. I know it's a challenge, but that's what I feel here. You have this beautiful opportunity, this fresh energy, that it's not always at hand. It's not always ready to be used in you. No, but here it is. if you were a child in this situation and you know that, and you knew the danger, you would free yourself. So be like a child, loving and caring about himself or herself. Free yourself from it. Don't stay with this barren tree. It's not gonna give fruit. Leave it. There are situations where you have to leave. There are people you have to leave. There are relationships you have to leave. I'm not saying this is something very, important or personal, but this message is personal to me. Acceptance of the fact that there are relationships that you have to leave. This single statement changed my life and changed it for better. So Capricorn, I don't know if I told you that. I feel the general theme of all the readings for April I've done to this point is trust. Trust that the universe is at our side. The universe is playing a game and is favorable to us. It's guiding you towards your best direction. So trust this child in you, because perhaps this child is able to hear and see messages that the adult, hurt and so responsible Capricorn is not able to hear and see. Let yourself be like a child, innocent and open to the world. Let it guide you. Capricorn, I wish you a beautiful month. You can check your rising sign and your moon sign in my other readings. And yeah, once again, I hope you're going to have a beautiful month. And I hope I meet you in May. Till then, bye.